Happy 2025 YouTube. It's Bethany from Madeline Jean Antiques and Restoration. In this tutorial, I'm going to be repainting this piece of furniture behind me, this antique hutch. Now, I purchased this hutch a long time ago. I believe it was back in 2013, a few years after my daughter was born, and it's what started me on my furniture refinishing journey. Not only did I purchase this antique hutch, I also purchased an antique desk, which I refinished not too long ago. So if you go back in my videos, you can see me repaint that piece. So we're just simply going to be repainting this hutch. All I need to do, because the person that painted this hutch all those years back, they never put on a top coat. And that's what got me thinking, hey, I could do this, and I bet you I could do it a lot better. So in that time, I have taught myself how to sand, how to fix veneer, how to apply top coat, how to stain. I've really tried to elevate my refinishing game, and I'm still learning. So since they didn't apply a top coat to this hutch, all I need to do is clean it up. I can see that there's probably just one coat of paint on this, and it looks like they sprayed it with a spray gun. So I'm going to spray it down with, here it is, Cred Cutter pre-paint spray. This is a degreaser. This is a great product to use before you start painting. So I'm simply gonna just clean this hutch up. That's what you're gonna see me do on a time-lapse video. And then I'm gonna repaint it white. And I'm gonna use my favorite paint line out there. It's by a company called Wise Owl. I love this company. It's women owned and operated. And this line of paint that they have, it's their 1 hour enamel paint. You can see how much I like it. I bought an entire gallon. This color is Snow Owl, and I believe this is their whitest white that they offer. And I bought a gallon because I know I'm going to use it on other projects, and I'm also going to be using it on all of my trim in my house. I've been in my house for years now, and the trim's getting to look a little beat up, so I need to redo that, so hence the gallon of paint. Now this paint is so great. I love the 1 hour enamel, mainly because it dries fast, 1 hour, usually within a few hours, and then I can apply my second coat. I always wait longer than an hour. That's just me. I like to go on the safe side. But the best part of this paint is that you don't need a top coat. It's built in. So you just paint it and then you're done. So you're gonna watch me here on a time-lapse video start to clean this hutch. Before I start cleaning this hutch up, I also want to add that we're going to be adding a very fun furniture transfer. I've used this transfer on another piece. It was actually another hutch, and it looked so well paired with white paint. I call it the blue rose furniture transfer. This is by Redesign by Prima. Everything that you're going to see me use in this video, I'm going to put the links, if you choose to order some of the products, in the video description. So if you want to do that, you can do so. So this is going to be very fun to add a fun transfer to this hutch.
Okay, here's some close-up footage of the hutch. You can see there's a lot of wear and tear around the keyhole area where I open and close the hutch. There's a big scratch there. There is another scratch over here, I know. Yep, I do not know how that happened. I do know there was no top coat put on top of this hutch, and you can tell it scratches easily.
Hey everyone, we are getting ready to paint this hutch. Now, I Cred Cuttered the entire hutch, even the inside shelves. So before we start painting, I want to show you what paintbrushes I use with this line of paint. I've had great success with pairing this 1 hour enamel paint with Klingon brushes. Now these brushes run on more of the expensive side. They're anywhere between like $25 up to 40 some dollars, and they are absolutely worth it. There's a time and a place to save money. I'm as frugal as they come, and there's a time and a place to spend money, and this is where you want to. So I don't spray with a spray gun. I don't spray any of my pieces. They're all hand painted. Basically, I don't have a garage, and I don't have a large workshop. I work out of my basement, so I'm limited with space and with fumes of that nature. So I hand paint everything, and I get the most compliments on the pieces that I paint with the 1 hour enamel paint and the Klingon brushes. People think that I am spraying my pieces. So there's a testament right there how well these two work together. So Klingon brushes come in a variety of sizes. I'm gonna put a link below this video description if you would like to order one. These are my favorite. This is the F50. It's a larger one, so you can really get those flat surfaces, nice coverage, really quick. There's a thinner one. This is the F30. I like this one, getting into the corners. And this is probably my favorite. I call it my little Chubba Wubba brush. It's the shorter one, and I think it's called, well, let's see here. Mine's all covered up in paint. It's S something. It's their shorter brush. What I like about this is I have been painting for so many years. I sometimes get a little bit of a hand cramp when I use the brushes with the longer handles. So if you are prone to arthritis or anything like that, you might want to get the shorter handled brush. All right, enough of me yapping. Let's start to paint. Okay, let's start painting. I'm using the largest of my Klingon brushes because I'm going to do this flat surface right in here. And I can already tell compared to the other paint that was painted on here, this Snow Owl? Snow Owl by Wise Owl is a brighter white, and I'm already liking it. Of course I'm liking it. This is like my favorite paint. So what's so great about the 1 hour enamel paint? It dries fairly quick. So you're able to apply 2 coats in mere hours of each other. Also, what's also great about this paint, you don't need a top coat. And for me, when I'm trying to get furniture done quickly, that is a big plus. It saves me hours on a piece of furniture. Hours. The fact that I don't have to apply a top coat. So normally I would maybe apply a clear wax over paint, or I would do a water-based poly. This takes that step out of it, and I can just paint and I can be done. Great coverage too. This is probably, I'm maybe gonna do 2 coats. I'm not sure. We'll see how this comes out. The fact that we already have a white base on here is probably gonna help that I don't have to do 2 coats. It goes on really smooth, even when you're painting vertically like I am now. I very, very rarely get drips. If I do, because it's my fault that I'm overloading my brush. I'm telling you, this is the paint to use when you want to paint furniture. Now I will go in after my paint is dry, and I'm going to just lightly distress on the edges because I like the way that that looks. And here we go. I'm already done with this area right here. Goes super fast and I get great coverage. I can already see in the video, I hope you guys can see that there's a difference between the 1 hour enamel paint and the original paint here. This kind of has like a dirty yellow hue to it. Now it's bright white over here.
So here I'm showing you how easy it is to paint with this paint vertically. I'm painting this drawer and I'm getting no drips and I'm getting great coverage with the Wise Owl 1 hour enamel paint. I'm also trying out a new gadget that I got for Christmas. I got a gimbal. Do you know what that is? It's actually really cool for filming content, but it's following me as I paint. So it's interesting. I don't know if I actually like it for this segment, but I was giving it a go. Okay, now I'm back to filming with my regular tripod. I am showing you the top of the hutch, and this paint, this Wise Owl 1 hour enamel paint, took care of those huge scratches, covered them up, no problem. I did end up applying 2 coats of the Wise Owl 1 hour enamel paint. I just wanted ample coverage on the top of this hutch because I do place things on the top, and I usually put a couple plants up there. So I just wanted to make sure that everything was taken care of. Now it's time to paint the door. Yes, I am going to tape this glass. This glass is antique glass. I do not want to be scraping paint off this fragile glass. Let's get that worn area around the keyhole covered up with a fresh coat of paint.
Okay everyone, it's another day and I am on to the step of distressing this hutch. Now I painted this hutch. In some areas I did 2 coats, and in other areas I only needed 1. The inside I only needed 1. I did go an extra 2 coats on the outside and definitely on the top, but now I'm ready to distress it. And to distress the paint, I find what works best with this 1 hour enamel paint. I use a sander, and I use this sander by Festool. It's, I believe, a 3" by 4" sander. I love it because it works great along straight edges. If you use an orbital sander when it comes to distressing, which I have in the past before I purchased this sander, you're gonna have to be careful because it rotates, right? An orbital sander, and it really, when it comes around fast, it's really ripping that paint off. You have to be very delicate when distressing with an orbital sander, so I'll just put that out there. Some areas, like this area in here along these edges, there's almost like these scooped out areas. I'm not gonna be able to get into these tiny areas with my sander, so I'll probably just go in and hand distress those. So in the time-lapse video, you're gonna see me start to distress the edges.
After I was done distressing, I went right into applying the furniture transfer on the side of the hutch. And here's what it sounds like when I apply a furniture transfer. That noise is a little irritating, so I'm going to fast forward this part, but you can see that I'm taking a little wooden stick and I am simply rubbing that transfer onto the hutch. This takes a lot of time. Your arm will get sore, but the results are gorgeous, so it's well worth it. I stayed up late one night, made myself a smoothie, sat down in my bathrobe, and spent a couple hours putting these on.
Bacon. Hi! What are you doing? Get him, Bacon. Get him.
One of the big questions I get when it comes to applying a transfer is, how do you protect it afterwards? There's a few options. You can apply a clear wax, you can apply a water-based top coat. If it's not a high traffic piece, you can just leave it as is.
Biscuit!
After I remove the protective backing from the transfer, you're going to see me grab a clean cloth, and what I'm going to do here is I'm going to press down on the transfer and just make sure it's set in place and that nothing is lifting. Now let's do a little magic trick and get this brass hardware clean. With a little bit of water and white vinegar and Barkeeper's Friend, you can get any of your brass hardware looking like this. Well, here you are, guys. Here's the final look to the Hutch. I'm absolutely in love with how much these furniture transfers transformed this Hutch. If I would have known this, I would have put them on years ago. I'm just so happy with the final look, and I hope you are too. See the waves in the glass there? That's how you know you truly have an antique piece of furniture, when the glass is wavy like that. I just love that look. I'm going to put up a photo of what the Hutch looked like before so you can get a comparison. It's so different now.
Okay everyone, this concludes my tutorial on how I refinish this antique Hutch. I hope you like the final look. I'm really impressed with it. I'm gonna list all of the materials that I used in this tutorial under my video description. So if you're looking to update a piece of furniture and you'd like to do it like this, you're able to order any of the materials that I used. Like always, if you have been following me here on YouTube, I always bring one of my dogs on to do the sign off with me. Biscuit is the one who's crawling up over my shoulder right now. He is our original OG Chihuahua. He will be 10 in March, and he's just the cutest little dog. And look at his little pom-pom shirt. And it's very appropriate here in New Hampshire. We're gonna be getting 4 to 8 inches tomorrow. I'm not happy about this. So I need to get my snow pants and my gear ready to shovel. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're not following me here on YouTube at Madeline Jean Antiques and Restoration, the subscribe button is in the lower right-hand corner, unlike Biscuit, who is under my neck. The subscribe button is in the lower right-hand corner. You need to click on that. But also you need to go to where the bell is. The bell is on the main page, the front page of my YouTube channel. It looks like this. You need to click on that bell. When you click on that bell, then you're notified at any time I upload a new tutorial or video. So until we see you guys again, what do we say, Biscuit? We say toodaloo. We say toodaloo. Bye, we'll see you soon.